full service legal firm for both your personal as well as business. Now, I'm very excited today to have a special guest, Philip Coates, senior solicitor who works in Becker Watt for a full service. So let me welcome him. Great to have you today.
Hey, good afternoon, Praveen. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. You're in a beautiful part of Australia, in Brisbane. How's things there? Right.
Yeah, good actually. It's been quite humid the last few days, but yeah, it's good. It's good. The weather's glorious as always.
Absolutely. No, that's good. It's nice that at least we are taking you can go out and enjoy the coffee, enjoy the lunch, enjoy the dinner. It's beautiful, isn't it? After all this lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, thanks for the time, mate. Today is very, very easy. Actually, our viewers were curious to know a little bit about, I think I got the questions, what does it mean to be a lawyer? So as every professional, it's always interesting and people want to know about the stories, about the background. So tell me, mate, how did you landed what you are doing, coming from starting at the university for the real world, and what is like being a lawyer in the real world?
Yeah, that's quite a big question, but I guess it's quite funny because when you kind of set off like I did, I came to law sort of in my mid-30s. So I very much had kind of experience before within the workplace before I obviously studied to become a lawyer. Mm-hmm. I think there's obviously a misconception because there's so many TV shows that are based around law that you kind of think it's all going to be glamorous, and yeah, it's not quite like that in the real world. There's quite a lot of, I guess, mundane tasks that you have to do along with all the sort of more exciting court stuff as well. But no, it's it's definitely a good profession to be in. You see a whole variety of different issues that you get involved in, and yeah, it's pretty enjoyable, I'd say.
Beautiful. Now that's good to hear. As long as anything you do, you have a fun. You don't feel like a work, isn't it? Every day you enjoy, because every day new challenges, new opportunities, new things, so new learnings.
I definitely think as well, no 2 days are the same as well, particularly within the firm that we work for with Becker Watt. No 2 days are the same, so I guess it doesn't get boring. That's one thing you could definitely say.
You bet. Okay, now just on that note, then, what were you doing prior to the starting? If you just give a little bit background, to our viewers, that would be really good.
Yeah, so obviously I'm from the UK originally. So back there I'd always been involved in advertising, marketing were the main areas. So yeah, and then when I came over to Australia, I actually had 2 young kids. So I set up a business that I could do around them, which was car detailing and boat detailing that I did. So I set up my own small business. So I built up quite a few employees at one point, and then decided that working in the outdoors in Queensland was a bit too hot. So I decided to go back to university and work in aircon from there. So a bit different.
Yeah, I can imagine being as a lawyer and trying to run your own show and doing other things. I can see how challenging it must be, especially when the kids and families, so everything goes isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, just then, do you feel any skills you obtain outside the law are relevant? Because sometimes, people also talk about, hard skill, that all the skills you build from the universities or, from your schools, but sometimes the soft skills, especially now, all this COVID and all, all this interesting time we are seeing. Do you feel that any skills you have built outside the law?
Yeah, I think there's probably one of the biggest, and I think it's an attribute of myself is client management, because I've always been in roles that have required sort of good client management, sort of making sure that you're offering a service that's good value for money. Particularly that translates to working as a lawyer as well, because obviously traditionally the quite high costs involved in providing legal services. So I do feel it's important that you are giving value for money. It is a very specialized area that we practice in. So I think sort of making the client aware of all the different aspects of the processes involved within within law and within their matters. So I think sort of client management is one of the biggest things I'd say I've brought from outside of law into my current role, and I guess it kind of helps. It helps to keep the client informed, to manage the client's expectations as to what they're going to expect from their matter. So, yeah, I would say client management, liaising with clients, that's probably one of the biggest sort of outside attributes I brought to law and to the role as a solicitor, I would say.
You bet. Everything is, you do. The focus is our clients for sure, isn't it? Adding value to them, making sure that all to it. And at our business at Viz, we believe it's not about creating the new clients; it's you're creating a raving fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we believe on, and whole idea is to add the value, delight them, customer advocacy, all those things are very similar these days. It's go hands in hand for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I can totally relate. Then the just some of the viewers might be curious. Why did you choose to go and study? Obviously, you would have some soft skills when you landed from UK and then came here. You did the graduations here, right? In the real.
Yeah, so I went to in 2015. I started studying law. I've been asked this before, why I all of a sudden picked law. I guess I grew up. My dad was a magistrate in the UK. So I guess I kind
of. Is that the reason? Did that pick it up?
Yeah, so I think there must have been a few things that I obviously picked up and I was used to hearing. I used to go and watch him in hearings sometimes when I was a lot younger. So I guess that's probably where it started, the interest within law. And then, yeah, I guess I kind of realised a bit later in life that was the area that I really wanted to go in. And I must admit, I do thoroughly enjoy sort of studying and working within the area of law. I do find it very interesting. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I found my path eventually.
You bet. Maybe it was in your DNA. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Coming from who knows, from the different generations.
Yeah. It's funny you should say that, actually, because my great uncle was also a magistrate. So maybe it is in the gene.
Wow. By the way, these all things you should have been told to your boss, actually. So look, all ticked. Well done, Mike. That's good. So what do you look to achieve from being a lawyer as you're working on the in the Becker Watt and number of the legal firms, and obviously you guys have run the office throughout nationally in Melbourne, in Sydney, and number of interstates. So where do you, what do you look out to achieve in future, in coming days?
I think it goes back to the, I guess, client management sort of side of things. It's all about the client achieving their objectives and achieving what they set out to. I mean, obviously you've got to manage, like I said before, you've got to manage the outcomes, and you've got to manage the expectations. But I think that ultimately we're here to serve our clients and our customers. So that has to be the number one goal, is to get them. And sometimes if it's justice they're seeking, is to obviously get that. If it's compensation they're seeking, or it's a remedy for a breach of contract, whatever it may be, I think the sole focus has to be on achieving the client's outcomes. Those outcomes may well change throughout the course of a matter in which you've got to manage expectation. But I think ultimately what I find the most satisfaction is from delivering what the client would like to achieve. That's what I guess that's the most essential part. And second to that is the client feeling that they've had a good outcome from their matter. It might, like I said, it might not always be exactly what they set out from the start, but you can still achieve a good outcome which is reasonable and acceptable to the client. So that's the ultimate goal.
Totally. Results talk for sure.
Yeah.
Everything you deliver to the clients in delivering the results with a meaningful relationship. That's great, mate. Thank you, Phillips. And by the way, guys, if you're just tuning in, I am with Philip Coates, Senior Solicitor from Becker Watt Lawyers, full service legal firm. And Phillips, obviously, those viewers who are watching this right now from a number of our channels, from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Live, and obviously we are now in LinkedIn. What sort of the service you and your team is focusing right now?
Yeah. So we've obviously centre around construction law. That's our kind of, I suppose, our bread and butter, as it were. We do obviously offer contract reviews, which links in generally with the construction law side. But yeah, predominantly we work in construction litigation, commercial litigation. They're our sort of our main core areas. But we do offer services such as contract reviews, wills and estates. We can offer a few other areas as well. So we're construction law specialists, but we also offer a few other areas that mean we can provide most areas of the law we can provide a service to as well.
That's good, and it's absolutely honor. It's been more than a year now. We've been working with you and your brand, and and a number of the principal lawyers. It's amazing how we are creating the brands, helping to diversify you guys, so that you can add more value to a clientele. Now that's awesome, Philip. Any final words you wanna drop in? Anything you wanna add into our viewers right now?
Well, I guess it's just to get in touch if they've got any kind of issues related to construction law or contract reviews. They're thinking of purchasing a home, anything that we can be assistance of. We'd obviously love to hear from you and see where we could potentially help you further.
Beautiful. Thank you once again, Philip. Thanks. It is great insight to know about unique stories about who the involved and the business and the brand, because it's all about the people, people you deal with. Brand is all about living life. So it's the people who involve. So it's great to have you in my show today.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Philip. Good stuff.
No worries. Thanks.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. So if you have any legal matters, feel free to reach out to the team at 1300@legal, or just follow us on YouTube at talkinglegal.com.au, talkinglegal, and beckerwatt.com.au. That's the website. So I'm Praveen Gautam signing off today. I hope you enjoy the evening, and bye for now.